Once you have your first agents, you'll want to use software for managing your customer support inquiries. The type of software we're going to use is called ticket management software. The way that this works is that you link your support email to the software, and the app pulls in all the customer emails that come into your support inbox. Ticket software is useful because it allows you to track and set KPIs for your customer service team. This is crucial to ensure that your brand standards are consistent, even when you have 10 or even 100 plus employees. I like Freshdesk for the following reasons: multiple stores ticket management system using tags, support self-help info portal and a dedicated support.yourdomain.com, automated template macro usages with customizable fields to match your customer inquiries, KPI monitoring and reports on agent performance, ticket status system that marks things at what point of resolution they're at, and an issue/product tagging system. Once again, as they say, what gets measured gets managed. Within the app, emails from customers are converted into what are called tickets, which are essentially just containers that allow you to easily and efficiently organize your inquiries from customers. Though there are a variety of different applications you can pick from, we recommend using Freshdesk. This is one of the more popular applications thanks to its diverse features and relatively friendly pricing options. Freshdesk has the huge advantage of website portals, so you can easily manage as many stores as you need with the same ticket tracking system and assigning VAs to stores as an enterprise, rather than building the same systems and assigning staff separately from store to store, which is massively harder to manage and keep track of, especially with 3 or more stores. It's also far cheaper than other ticket management softwares like Zendesk, since you don't need to buy multiple account seats for each store. In the free version, you get enough features to get started for any customer support software setup. Plus, you can integrate Facebook messages and comments and more that'll pop up as tickets for your agents to handle. In this quick tutorial, we're going to be covering setting up Freshdesk for customer support from the sign up page. We'll go ahead and click on sign up, enter our information, and we'll click on sign up for free. It won't ask you for a credit card or anything, and we'll go ahead and end up on the start page where we can add our account details, activate our account via an email confirmation. The first thing we'll do is set up the email and social channels. Those are the primary channels that we're going to be selecting. That'll cover email inbox and Facebook support, comments, etc. Then we'll set up the support email with whatever you wanted it to be there. And we'll invite our teammates. Moving forward in the setup procedure, it'll give us a quick tutorial on some of the basic features of Freshdesk, including the ticket management, what the interface looks like, so here we're going through a quick example of a test of looking at the ticket dashboard. So we can see we can assign agents from the overview dashboard, choose whatever pending status we want for the emails. We can move it into any group that we want to match the association for the type of issue that it should be on, or even the urgency if you have a particular agent that handles chargebacks or especially angry customers, or if a customer's payment failed. So looking through the dashboard, we can get an idea of what some of the KPIs will look like. And we can move on. If you have more questions or you want a more in-depth look at the dashboard, you can go ahead and look at some of their help tutorials. One of the nice benefits here of using Freshdesk will be the canned responses. So on Gmail, for example, or other email systems, you might have a spreadsheet or you're copy pasting common answers to common questions from customers. And in this case, it'll just be built into Freshdesk system. where we can even go ahead and add new responses to common questions and file them away, making them available for all the agents and filing them into correct folders. Using a canned response is just as easy as inserting it and then customizing it for your particular needs. We can even send the message and change the status. So all of these tools are to help you make it easier to manage the customer service experience and your agents, knowing exactly what they're doing, making sure that no one agent is working on the same ticket, as well as getting an idea of their KPIs. Because we're remote and e-commerce doesn't tend to use a field workforce, we can go ahead and just skip over that section. Taking a brief look into the analytics. And in the analytics report, we can see a bunch of sample reports that we could generate that give us an idea of the performance of our agents. Now, as the video tutorial is just about to wrap itself up here, we can take a look at Freshdesk's integrations with other applications. In this case, you won't need to install anything for the basics to get started. And for any other questions and more resources to learn more about how to use Freshdesk in depth and all the many features that it does offer for your customer service experience, you can look through Freshdesk's very helpful knowledge base. All right, that's it for this tutorial. In the next, we're going to be covering how to integrate Freshdesk with your Shopify store, making sure that the support emails coming from your customers end up in the hands of your agents through tickets on Freshdesk. In this quick tutorial, we'll be covering how to integrate your Shopify support inbox with Freshdesk's multiple product feature. We can go to the admin and click on multiple products, select a new product. And here we can go ahead and give the name of the product as being whatever you named your store. You don't need to fill anything in the description because it's a note to yourself. And in this case, we're going to add the support@yourstore.com into the box here, which will create a special forwarding email. So we're going to note that forwarding email later. So go ahead and try and save that for yourself. We're going to click on Save and Enable Portal. And we can go ahead and give the portal name the name of your store. The portal URL is always going to be support.yourstoresname.com. So now it's asking us to create some records in the DNS settings for a CNAME and a TXT record. So we're going to save these lines here and move over to Shopify to insert these into the DNS settings. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and click on Save and Customization, but for now we're going to flip over to Shopify to do that next step. In this section of the tutorial, we've headed over to Shopify to integrate the Freshdesk integration. Heading over to the online store section under domains, clicking through the domain and adding a forwarding email. In this case, it'll always be support, and the forwarding email address will be your store name, support@yourfreshdeskdomain.com. So by doing this, anyone who's sending you emails will have those emails forwarded into your Freshdesk support tickets. I hit X here, but go ahead and hit Save for yours, and we'll go to the DNS settings. In this case, I've already added them here for you guys, and that's what it should look like, but to do this, go ahead and add a custom record, type in support, and then point it to yourfreshdeskdomain.com. And that's what it should look like there. Do note the exact domain formatting. For the txt, we're going to add the ftkey.support into that first section there. And that txt value is something that you can grab from the original Freshdesk page. It's going to be that long txt value that you're looking at before. So those are the only two steps here. Once you've done that, it should save. And we can head on right back over to the Freshdesk. Give it a few moments to really click through on the Freshdesk end. You know, if you hit save and it doesn't click through, you see an error, just wait a few more minutes and then try again. And that should integrate the Freshdesk as a portal connected to your Shopify store. Alright, so in this quick tutorial, we'll be going over some of the features that Freshdesk has to offer and what it looks like to manage a ticket as an agent. So one of the benefits of Freshdesk is that it is very user-friendly and quite easy to manipulate, as well as offering a lot of features to help you keep organized. The first feature that we're going to be looking at here is the property tag, which we can add to a ticket so that we can organize and filter by those types of issues and notice any trends in those types. In the type, we can enter the type of inquiry that it is. In this case, you're going to see a lot of questions that come from customers. You can change it to whatever it needs to be. Under status, it'll identify and inform your agent from the dashboard ticket window. And here we can also adjust the priority of the ticket. And in this case, it ranges from low to urgent, letting your agents know how quickly a ticket needs to be resolved. I've gone ahead and assigned this to myself. In the case that you have staff, you can assign it to other agents or have a manager assign tickets to agents appropriately or to themselves. We also have the time logging feature and any to-do steps that need to be done in order for a ticket to be resolved. So we've gone ahead and opened up the ticket for manipulating the text here. And in a lot of cases, you can go ahead and create or use a canned response, which is typically the fastest way to get a response to a common question. In some cases, we'll modify the ticket content, or if it's something custom, we can even use a blank sort of ticket template and just insert some sort of appropriate solution for the customer there. But in most cases, you'll see common questions, and for e-commerce, there's a set list of frequently asked questions that you'll almost always have all the macros set up for at some point. We can send a ticket and it'll update the status in the case that something needs to be pending or resolved by an agent later on, or even close the ticket if it's totally done. It's easy to flip through different tickets based on the time and date that the ticket was generated or landed in your support inbox. We can even see the activity log of what actions were taken on this ticket by the customer and your agent over time. The customer's details. And in the sample dashboard we have here for an overview point, as a manager you can see the unassigned tickets, tickets that are on hold, open tickets, tickets that are due today, overdue based on your KPIs, and unresolved, where unresolved means something's still in status. Even if you've already answered to it, it might take a couple of touch points before a ticket can be actually closed and marks that off your list. In general, you'll see the dashboard being extremely useful based on how it's used, offering both the overview feature here, working through the tickets. Even if you don't have a customer service agent yet, you could use Freshdesk to work on your own tickets, to keep everything organized, to make sure nothing's missed, nothing's overlapping. everything gets resolved, and everything stays organized. That's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the Facebook group, and I'll see you in the next video.